video. Ooh, the skin is coming through, getting clear. Edges are laid. To the gods, baby. To the gods, baby. Okay, I'm gonna fix my chain. Alright, so tonight, me and my little brother will be doing a video together. Tell me your name. Tell me your name.
Gabriel.
Stop acting shy. Sit up so they can see you. His name is Gabriel, and so he's comfortable with, telling the story on how we found out that he had got diagnosed with cancer. So tonight we will be telling you guys the story and like what we had to go through, whatever like that. My hair gonna keep coming apart. This thing gonna keep coming out. Okay, but yeah. So tonight we're very comfortable with sitting here telling you guys about his story and like the trials and tribulations basically he had to go through, because I can tell you this, it was not easy. Okay, so I'm a senior now. So I'm 18. What grade are you in?
Second.
He's in second grade. How old are you again?
8.
He's 8. So he's had cancer for 3 years now.
I was 4 when I had kids.
I was in ninth grade when you got. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start off with the story. So, I was in ninth grade. You wasn't in school yet. He was gonna go to school the next year.
No, I think I was in homeschool.
You wasn't in school yet. You was going into school, like you was about to go into kindergarten. We found out you had it. So, okay, so yeah, so it was my freshman year. It was towards the end of freshman year, and I was in ninth grade. Of course, I just said freshman year. So I was in ninth grade or whatever. So one day, what happened? You started hurting. Like he started hurting. His body started hurting. Like his bones started hurting or whatever. And what?
Nothing.
His bones started hurting or whatever. His legs was hurting. Was it your back?
No, just my legs.
It was your legs too. Because it was your back too. Because you was complaining to Mama, and Mama thought, like, we got a brick fireplace downstairs, and Mama had thought you had hit it or something.
Oh no, I came back from Brenda's house, and then my legs started to hit hard the next minute.
Yeah, okay, so his legs started to hurt or whatever. Like, it had got so bad, like, in that week or few days where we had to, like, I had to start carrying him up the stairs. His arms were hurting. We did not know what was wrong with him. So Mama took him to the hospital. Where should she take you first? Was it Cape Fear? I think, yeah.
Where she work at?
Yeah. Don't tell people that.
Oh.
Okay, so my mom works at this hospital down here where we live. No, my mom took him to the hospital or whatever down here where we live. So my mom was worried about him. She knew something wasn't right with him, of course, because, you know, a mother knows. So they said that it was, that he had, what did they say? Did they say it was, they said he was anemic. But I was anemic when I was little. I had it's anemic. It was a sickle cell.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I remember Mama said.
No, Mama said.
What?
Something about.
Yeah, it's something about anemic, but anemic is being cold. So I don't know. He probably don't know what he's talking about. But they try to say that he has sickle cell or whatever. And you know, I was born with the sickle cell trait. So if he had a sickle cell trait, then I don't know how that works, but I was born with the sickle cell trait or whatever. And so they were trying to say it was that, but when he was born, that wasn't like sickle cell. They never said anything about him having sickle cell. So they didn't know what they were talking about or whatever. So my mama took him to another hospital, where we used to live in this place called Harnett County or whatever. So she took him to another hospital, and they were trying to say that he had the flu, and they were trying to say all this crazy stuff. My mom was like, no, that's not what's wrong with him. It's something in his bones that's hurting him. So did they tell Mama to make an appointment with Chapel Hill? Or she just made one? Someone had told her to make one. My mom just had made him an appointment at UNC. What? What?
They said that you can, like, go to Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
They told her.
Yeah, they told Mama to go to Chapel Hill to see the real results, to see what was really wrong with him. So, a few days later, my mom takes him to Chapel Hill to see what's wrong with him, and they run tests and everything. And I kind of knew something was wrong, and I was just praying on it, like, God, please don't let nothing be wrong with my little brother, because I'm the oldest. Like, I have more siblings or whatever, so I'm the oldest, and he was the baby at the time. So it's just like it was bothering me to see him like go through so much or whatever at a young age. And so they ran tests or whatever. So my mom was in Chapel Hill for a few days, right? My mama did not come home. So it's like I was at home taking care of my siblings or whatever, basically. And my aunt, like, she lives next door to us. So it's like, it's not really like I was by myself, but, and it was close to the end of the school. So we had got out of school my freshman year in June. So this was like close to the end of May, because we got out of school, like, I don't remember, June something when I was a freshman. So, my mom was in Chapel Hill a long time. She didn't tell us that he had cancer. She didn't tell us nothing. Wait, no. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, she did tell us. Because I remember I posted it.
She didn't tell you till we got home.
No, that's wrong. Okay,
what?
So my mom did tell us. I think she told us on the phone. I cannot remember. Because I remember I went to school and I was just like sad and depressed about it. Because like, I was just thinking like, this is my little brother. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, why couldn't this be me? What? Why couldn't this be me going through this? Like, he was so young at the time, and he still is young. So it's like, why? I was questioning God so many times, and I really shouldn't have been questioning him. But it's like, you know, when you're going through things like that, like, you just got a lot of questions. Like, why does he have to go through this? Why couldn't I go through this? Because like, I'm older than him, and maybe I'm thinking I could handle it better, but that's wrong. My little brother could handle the situation better than maybe I could, because honestly, if I was in a situation and I had to go through half of the stuff he went through, I would have just been like, God, at this point, take me home. I'm ready to go. And, you know, like, God give, what's that saying people say? God give his battles to his strongest people, basically. So God knew that maybe I wasn't strong enough, or any of my other siblings were strong enough to go through what he has been through. So 9th grade, he got diagnosed or whatever. So we got out of school or whatever, and we were home for like, okay, we had got out of school, so we were still home by ourselves, but my aunt still lived next door to us, mind you. So, my mom calls me or whatever and tells me that my uncle's on his way down here from North Dakota to get us, and we're going to basically go back up there in North Dakota for the rest of the summer to stay, because my mom hadn't been in Chapel Hill with him, so he had to go through all this stuff, and they couldn't leave. That's how important it was. They could not leave the hospital. They had to stay there. So my mom was just like, I'm just going to send you guys to North Dakota with your uncle and aunt to make sure y'all are taken care of, and so I don't have to worry about different things while I'm up here and y'all are down there. So my uncle and aunt comes to get us, whatever, and we're on our way to North Dakota. No, before we go to North Dakota, we go to the hospital Chapel Hill to see Gabriel. So at this point, it's like I'm still depressed. I don't know why I do know why it had me depressed, but it's just like, I don't even know how I could say that. It's just like, I was just so worried about his health and my mom's mental health. Because, you know, like, a mother seeing her child be sick, no mother loves that, like, likes to see that. So we went to Chapel Hill or whatever to see Gabriel before we left, and it was just so emotional, y'all. If you have a sibling and they're sick, then maybe you understand what I'm talking about or whatever. So seeing your sibling go through so much, especially at a young age, you just want to take their place. Or at least I did. So we went to Chapel Hill, and we were in the room, and the doctor came in there. I was praying that it wasn't cancer. So it's like the doctor came in there, and he got all of us together. My mom was crying. Gabriel was crying. You was crying because you was in the bed because you was hooked up to all them needles. So I already knew what it was, but it's like I didn't want to face the fact that that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? So me see him sick, hooked up to needles, it just like bothered me. So the doctor told us he was like basically the cancer that he had. Y'all, I do not remember the type of cancer. It's a type of leukemia. He got leukemia, but I don't know what the name is. It's a long word for it. My pictures keep falling off the wall. Okay, but anyways, so the doctor tells us that he has cancer or whatever, and that they're going to be at the hospital for a long time. So at this point, I'm just thinking like, wow. And everybody in the room break down. Everybody in the room break down. Everybody. My mom breaks down. All me and my brothers and sisters break down. We just break down because it's just like, why us? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did this have to be our little brother going through this? Okay, what happened?
You
then?
thinking about Grandma?
No, I'm not. This is what happened with you. I still have the Snapchat videos. When Grandma passed away, Gabriel, we didn't stay in the room that long. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so then after we found out whatever, we stayed at the hospital for a little bit longer until it was time for us to leave, and we headed to North Dakota. So it took us like 3 days to get to North Dakota, y'all. Oh my God, that ride. Woo, it was long, and it's like I won't see nothing but fields. I mean, I seen the mountains. We went through the mountains, but that's about it. And so that ride was super long. So we was in North Dakota, y'all. It was so boring. Oh my gosh, it was so boring. We're used to like city stuff. City. Up there, it's like one store, the mall, McDonald's, and like restaurants are like 3 hours away. You gotta drive like 3 hours just to get there. And it's like we was in this small town, only like 500 people and like one high school. And there was like barely no black people there. I probably seen like 2 black people. That was it. I lie to you not. Everybody else is Caucasian. So it's like it was so boring and all this stuff. And on top of that, my mom has all of us spoiled. So we're used to getting what we want. At my uncle's house, it wasn't like that. We had to eat whatever they cooked. Like it's not like when you're at home, you get to go in the kitchen or whatever. At least in my house, we get to go in the kitchen, pick what we want to eat, and just go on about our day. No, you either eat this or you don't eat nothing. Oh my God, we didn't like that. So like we was going through up there, literally like I was just sad and depressed because I wanted to go home. I was in a bad place. I didn't want to be there. I wanted to be with my mom. Like I was missing my mom. I don't care how old I get. If I'm away from my mom too long, like, and I have to be away from her too long, I will cry. And I just start to miss her. Like y'all don't. If you've been away from your mom, you understand. And so I had to be away from my mom, and I was just like crying. And it's like I ain't gonna say I had to play a mother role. But it's like I had to like put on my big girl panties and be like, okay, I gotta make sure everything is together. Okay, I gotta make sure my siblings still getting that love that they're like the love that they're not getting right now from my mom because all her attention has to be on Gabriel. So it's like I had to put on my big girl panties and I had to grow up, like really grow up. And I was only 15. Yes, I was.
You was like 14.
No, I was 15. I'm on 14.
I think you was 6.
No, I was 15. So I had to really grow up and put on my big girl panties and just be like, okay, it's my time now. I can't play no games. Like I had to really just step up and just be that bigger sister. So months passed by or whatever. We come back home from North Dakota. Things is different. A lot of things change. It's different. Like they had him on steroids. So y'all, before he got, maybe I could find a picture before maybe I could find a picture and show y'all how he looked before he was diagnosed with cancer or whatever. So before he was diagnosed with cancer, of course he was healthy or whatever and all this stuff. He still got his eyelashes was long. He got long eyelashes. He had hair or whatever. So when we came back home, they had him on steroids, right?
Yeah.
So it made him chubby. And he didn't have any hair. He didn't have any hair. And did you have eyebrows?
Yeah, I did. But I was little, so
and did you have lashes? Did your eyelashes?
They were short though.
Yeah, he had little lashes. So it's like, when I seen him, it's like I broke down. Like he was under me every day when I came back home. Like it's like that had like even though he was my little brother, whatever. But you ain't have the bond that you had. So like our bond became stronger, and y'all, this makes me emotional to talk about it. So me seeing him go through like cancer, go through depression at a young age, that like bothered me because like he would always ask us like, or ask my mom like, why me? Like, why do I have to go through this? Like one day my mom was working out and he said to her like, what did you say to her? And my mama told me, and it made me and my mom break down because like, he was. Do you not remember this stuff? I remember all this.
I was on the track.
Yeah, he was on the track with my mom or whatever, and my mom was like, what did you say? Did you say you miss? Oh, he had asked my mom. He was like, Mom, why can't I be normal or whatever? And he went to work out with my mom, and he was like, I want to get myself back. I want to be a normal kid again. And y'all, it's like stuff like that that just makes me be grateful, because like you do not understand, people do not understand how blessed you really are. Like if you're healthy and you got a healthy body, appreciate that, because it's always somebody out here younger than you that's going through worse and you never know it. My little brother had to be stick with needles like this long. Like he they had gave him surgery and he had a port right here in his chest. So it's like I said, when we came back home, things changed. We had to give him medicine on time. We couldn't, like, a lot of people couldn't come in and out of our house because he had his immune system was weak. So it's like we couldn't have people in and out of our house. We had to, when we came home from school, we had to jump straight in the shower and get the germs off us. Like we did not, like, things had changed, and so he was under me, and we had to help him get his self back, because like he was only 5 and he had lost himself.
I was 4.
You was
When I was 5, I had
Gabriel. You've had it for 3 years, going on 4 years. So 5 or 4, he was one of them.
I was 4, cause that's when I.
Okay, yeah, he was 4. He was 4. Yeah, cause you was about to go into kindergarten. How you gonna know?
Cause I remember.
Okay, maybe.
When I was 5, I had like hair.
Okay, maybe whatever I remember. So, we had to really keep him on his feet and keep him encouraged. He said a scripture every day, because like at a young age we was seeing him go through so much, like depression. You don't really see no 4-year-old, 5-year-old go through depression at a young age, not that we know of. But it's like he would just question us, and like we would always tell him, Gabriel, you're so cute, you're so handsome. He would be like, no, I'm not. And he would talk about how big his cheeks were, because they were so chubby, and
I never knew
he
my
was
cheeks
cute.
was big.
I got pictures. I got pictures. So he was like so chubby, but it's like with him going through that, it lifted his spirit. Like we would really never, like, he would be sad and stuff, but we would really never see that part. Even though like we was around him, it would just be like when he was around us, he would be full of joy, and that's what we try to do. We try to keep him full of joy and happiness. And so that was year 1. So year 2, my mom was away from us a lot while, like, the first 2 years of him having cancer. Yeah, 2 years of him having cancer. Like, she would have to be in Chapel Hill for like 1 week or whatever to be there with him. And so it's like I still had to like make sure stuff around the house was done, and we were still going to school or whatever. So it's like, though, like the first year he got diagnosed was like a hard, like our life was hard, of course, because like my mom wasn't working. She couldn't work. All focus had to be on him. So it's like we was going through so much. Like nobody really knew I was going through except for one girl that I was friends with at the time. So it's like, and a boy that I was talking to at the time. So it's like those were the only 2 people that I really had, because I think that, yeah, the end of my freshman year, I had lost all my friends, y'all. I didn't have no friends. I had lost all my friends. So I only had like this one friend. No, I had 2 friends, and then I had this guy that I was talking to. So those was like all the people I had, and I was depressed. I was just depressed because of that, and it was like people just didn't know what I was going through. Like I just had like my mom also. I just felt like I just had a whole bunch of baggage, really. But really, I can't even say I was stressed, because I had to see my mom stressed. I had to help her more, because like seeing him go through stuff, like she would just break down and just be like, God, why this? Like, and we never really try to question God, because like, you know, God always has a plan for different people. So I think we're on year 3. It'll be 4 years of him having it in June.
No, actually,
this is year 3. 4 years will be June.
It's my last year.
Yeah, this is his last year. So I'm gonna get to the good part. So we're on year 3 right now. So he's almost done, of course. Like basically, of course, we kept our faith in God, and we kept praying to God. We stayed in church. I mean, we was going to church steadily before even all this happened. But it's like we really just, our faith just like grew stronger to God, with God. Well, at least mine did, because like we did not want to see nothing happen to him. Like I could never just sit there and imagine like just losing my brother. That would bother me all the time. Like even though I would think about it, that junk still bothers me to this day. Like just losing him to that, or losing any of my siblings. So year 3, he's doing good right now. As of right now, he's doing good. He's back healthy. He only goes to Chapel Hill like
once a year now.
It's not once a year. You
Mom.
mean once a month?
No, once a year now. No,
It's once a month. You just went like, was it, or do you go every? He goes like once a month or every 2 months or something like that.
Cause Mom said I go once a year now.
It's not once a year. Cause if you go once a year, that means you will only go one time this year, and then you gotta wait till next year. It's not once a year. He go like every 2 months or something. So now he's good. Like his hair started growing back. He started getting back healthy. Yeah, y'all. I'm telling you that too. So yeah, his hair started growing back. Got his natural shape back. His eyelashes are back. Eyebrows back. He's back happy, even though he got his moments. He's back in school. This your first. Y'all, he didn't go to school, so he was. What grade you in?
Second.
Okay, so yeah, kindergarten. Oh yeah, he was in preschool when he got diagnosed and he had to stop. I remember.
Oh, I remember when.
Yeah, he was in preschool.
Yeah.
And then kindergarten, when he was going to kindergarten, he had to be homeschooled. He could not go to school, so he didn't go to school kindergarten. First grade. Did you go to school first grade? No,
Yes.
you was homeschooled. This is your first year back to school.
Uh-uh.
Yes, it is.
So,
y'all, he
was
was homeschooled kindergarten and first grade. He's in second grade now, so this was his first year, going back to school.
When my legs first started hurting, I was still going to school. Mama sent me to school.
You was in preschool though. You wasn't in kindergarten.
In my legs.
That was like close to the end. He was going to preschool before we found out that he had to then he had to stop. We had to wear masks everywhere. He had to wear a mask. It don't matter where he was going, he had to have on a mask because he could not get sick in no type of way. But so now I don't know, what's that word called? It's a word that explains. He's almost done with treatment or whatever. I don't know what, I can't remember the word. So yeah, he's almost done with treatment, and all glory goes to God, and we just want to thank God a lot because like if it wasn't for him and the faith that we all have as a family, I don't know where in the world we will be or he will be. So he's at a good place right now. This is his last year of having this is his last year. Yeah, last year of having treatment. Yeah. No, you got a few. Yeah, his treatment ends in June. So he was
on. I think when I go back to Chapel Hill, I'll ring the bell. I think.
Yeah, he'll ring the bell or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're sending him on a trip to Disney World. So,
But I'm gonna still be going to Chapel Hill.
Yeah, you're gonna get a checkup every now and then to make sure he's still okay. But we just gonna still pray and believe God that this never happens like ever again. Like we're gonna steadily pray, even though after he's done with treatment, we're gonna pray and believe God that it never comes back. Cause this road was not easy, and it's like we're almost to the end of it, and we just want to thank God for that. And y'all, he did have hair, but my mama took him to go get a haircut to my uncle's house like 2 weeks ago, and my mom had left and went to the store, and she forgot to tell him don't cut Gabriel hair off, just give him an edge up. So my uncle had cut all his hair off. He had hair like up to here. So his hair grew back healthy. Same thing.
No, you said it.
I said up to here. So, yeah. So this is the story or whatever of Gabriel, basically. And I just want to thank everybody that was, like, there for me during this time. That was there for me, my family, during this time. Because, like I said, it was not easy. Like, just seeing my little brother go through this stuff and all this stuff. And now we're just happy that he's almost done. And we just want to thank God. You still remember your scripture? Say it. Say your scripture.
What was it?
He was bruised for my iniquity. That is how it goes. He was bruised. You remember it.
It's not.
Okay, then how it go? Because I don't remember.
I don't know. When he was wounded?
Yeah, he was wounded for my description. I re-say that word.
My description? No, he was wounded for my strength.
He was wounded for my strength?
No.
He was bruised for my iniquity.
His bruised for my iniquity, chastisement of my peace was upon him. Yeah. And by his stripes and with his stripes
I am healed. Amen. Okay, so y'all, this was the video. I really thank you guys for watching. And if you know anybody that's going through the same thing out here, all I gotta give you this message is don't give up. Stay prayed up and stay close to God and always have faith in God. Because even though sometimes when you feel like you want to give up, do not give up. And so say bye, Gabriel.
Bye.
Bye. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. And I'll be back with more. Bye.